everyone, my name is Cal, and today we are playing Danganronpa Lapse again. This is part 2, so if you haven't watched the first part, go ahead and do that, because I just uploaded it. It's so cool. But yeah, I'm going to be continuing the prologue, not much else to say, except let's get it going. Let's just get it, you know. Phew, Orte and Lai were kind of intense, huh? I'll say, I've never really had a sharp eye for art, so what they were talking about is beyond me. I only care about horses. And, Pandoras are brave for trying to calm them down. Brave. It takes a certain kind of person to want to intervene when things are heated, huh? It really does. I mean, I might, depending on if I like the person or not. Like, it depends on how much I care about the people involved. Like, if I just don't give a shit, I'll probably just, like, watch on the sidelines with popcorn. But, like, if it's someone, like, I actually care about is, like, in the argument, then I'd probably back them the fuck up. Unless they're being stupid. Then I would not back them the fuck up. After wandering around the first floor, Ashley and I paused in the living quarters hallway to gather our thoughts. So, these are all the available locations on the floor. I guess the rooms are interesting enough, but more importantly, I wonder just how many other students there are. That scene from earlier, Canon, just counted the doors, right? Why don't we go check it out? But who knows if there are more students on the other floors? There were stairs going up in the foyer, so we could check out that area too. And speaking of Canon, I wonder what her town is. Wait, that aside, how did I never know you had a super talent in horse racing? Huh? Well, it just never came up, you know, even though it's like my whole life. I knew a lot of people before you who didn't particularly care for how much time I'd spent at the stables and racetracks, so I just stopped bringing it up. Besides, it's just easier to tell people I tend horses. So, what does being an ultimate level jockey imply? Does it mean that you win a lot? Come on, Echo, I don't want to bore you with superficial numbers. I'll just say my win percentage is 44%, and top 3 percentage is 84%. I don't know what those numbers are supposed to mean. Anyway, I'm not just a horse girl. I have other pets too. Yeah, like your cat, Applejack. Of course you remember Applejack. How could I not? She called up all my school baths. Come on, they're all cool and sexy. The deep ringing of a school bell rang across the halls, echoing throughout the building. Then an announcement came over what seemed to be hidden overhead speakers in the ceiling. It is now 9 a.m. The second floor amenities are now open and will stay open until 7 p.m. Second floor? After the announcement, we saw Pandora filter out one of the first floor rooms and into the halls. Oh, Ashley and Echo, would you like to visit the second floor with me? Sure, we were just wondering about it as well. By the way, did you get anything to eat from the dining hall? Huh? Oh, no, I was a little distracted by the whole ultimate students thing. You're in luck! I made some croissants earlier. Here, help yourself. She produced 2 items folded in cloth from her apron pocket. I accepted the small cloth-covered delight and unwrapped it carefully, revealing a bite-sized croissant. A heavenly warm aroma filled the halls. From the fragrance alone, I was enveloped in the comfort of feeling the sun's rays through my skin, even though, you know, there's no windows here. Ashley and I took each and bit into the flaky, buttery dough. A piece of chocolate inside melted as soon as it hit my tongue. It was smooth and rich, contrasting the light and sweet caramel of the dough housing it. Aww, this is so cute. Love how short Echo is. Echo's even shorter than Pandora, Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Echo, you small little child. Wow. That's the ultimate baker for you, says Deluxe. I don't know how to pronounce this. I'm French, I don't know. Merci, but it's nothing at all. I just really enjoy baking. The look on people's faces when you smell delicately fresh bread coming out of the oven, the warm, fuzzy feeling you get when you eat your favorite food, such a feeling is priceless. Croissant. Pandora was right. Was I about to say croissant is right? After enjoying the croissant, I felt an intense nostalgia for my younger days, when I would spend summers running around outside, basking in the fresh afternoon sun. That was the power of an ultimate baker's delicacies, to invoke a warmth and sense of familiarity. What a wonderful thing. Aww. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I noticed you two are quite close. Have you met before? Echo's my best friend. We've known each other for 4 years now. Ah, such an ami! A long friendship is something to cherish. Definitely. Echo's always been there for me, even if they are a bit worrisome. Hey, how could you say that? I'm just looking out for you. God, I'm just your big sibling, you know? Hi, kid, of course. I really appreciate your concern, but you should think about yourself sometimes too. Adora smiled sweetly, as if we had our little back and forth. Sorry, why don't we get going? No worries, shall we? Okay, where are we going? Boom, boom. Three of us walked back down the hallway toward the foyer, where the stairs to the second floor were. Hey, Pandora, did you meet anyone else this morning? Anyone else? I can't say that I have. So far, I've only been acquainted with you two, Forte and Lyle. Oh, sorry. I thought you might have run into a few others like we have. This morning, I went to the dining hall and then the theater. Unfortunately, Forte and Lyle kept me from going anywhere with their argument. Huh? If we didn't see you, then you must have woken up much earlier than us, huh? That's correct. I suppose you could say my internal clock has been tuned to my habits, given my day-to-day life. I wake up very early to make sure my dough from the night before has properly risen. If there are any glazes I might need, prep my workstation. Oh, but I must be boring you with my daily routine. Oh, it's okay, girl. I have a very similar birthmark, where it's like right around like my collarbone. That's cool. We're bonding. No, not at all. It's fascinating, honestly. Here, sweet Echo. Perhaps I'll invite you to help me tomorrow morning. Hope you're awake at 4:30 a.m. Oh, sure. I can't promise I'll be fully awake, though. I'd probably be like a zombie. Pandora laughed slightly in jest as she went on her merry way up the stairs. Aw, we're bonding. She's probably gonna die. She'd give me first victim vibes. You know, here's my predictions. Here's my predictions. I don't know how many cases there are in this game, but maybe like 4, but like I think Pandora will be the first victim. I don't know, something about her just gives victim vibes. And I feel like Ashley's gonna be a killer. Like it's gonna be like a coyote. Shit, you know? Yeah, I feel like Ashley might be the first killer and Pandora might be like the first victim, you know, and I feel like this is gonna be one of those really painful moments to look back on. I hope I'm wrong, but like I'm usually wrong, honestly. I have horrible predictions. Ashley and I followed suit. We were met with another digital kiosk at the top of the staircase. The screen displayed another map, this time of the second floor locations: the atrium, the spa lounge, the climbing center, and the jazz club. Ooh, these are some pretty cool like extracurricular things, you know? I don't know. Like, I don't even know what an atrium is. An atrium? Atrium. Yeah, I don't know what that is. What kind of mansion has a climbing center in it? Maybe the owner is an eccentric rock climber? I think the assortment of activities is presented to cater to the unique talents of various students. In fact, the kitchen pantry has a wealth of resources. I was quite surprised to find such fresh and rare ingredients. I imagine other ultimate chefs would be pleased with the selection as well. That's a good point. There is a theater on the first floor as well. Forte and other ultimate performers probably utilize the room as a place to further hone their skills. The Preservation Project. It seems like this group wanted to accommodate a myriad of intense and unique students. I wonder what kind of group had the ability to provide such a vast selection of activities and resources. Where to first? I'm curious about the climbing center. This mansion must be huge if it can house something as exciting like that here. I'd like to see the spa lounge. It must be a lovely, relaxing place. Echo, why don't you decide? What do you make me decide? Let's explore. I want to go with my bestie Ash, but like Pandora. Yeah. Let's explore the climbing center. Because we went a lot down the list last time. Let's be a bad bitch. We inspected the map for a route to the center and made our way there in no time at all. I love the backgrounds in this game. It's all like lineless and like very like, it's a lot of shapes and like, I don't know how to describe it. Whoa, this is cool. The climbing center was a vibrant, spacious place. The artificial rock and arch formations that carved the walls reach upwards of what looks to be 3 stories high towards a bright, naturally lit ceiling. Off to the side was a preparation locker room full of ropes and harnesses, as well as a small vending machine full of energy drinks and water bottles. Whoa, this place is huge! I can't imagine how anyone gets up there. I craned my neck up, inspecting the array of colorful grips that dotted the sprawling, scenting surface. The hanging rope disappeared into the distance of the light. Holy shit. The world is certainly full of interesting people and talents. Where there's a will, there's a way. Pandora poked out from under one of the arch formations, just as taken with the incredible height as I was. That's for sure. I'm an athlete, but I can't say I excel here. I don't really have a good tolerance for heights. If you don't mind my asking, how did you discover your talents anyway? Ashley pondered the question for a second. I was raised in the countryside and the farm, so it probably came naturally to me, like a second nature. As a child, going to the racetrack with my father was honestly just another errand. That is, until he let me ride the horses myself. I felt a love for the exhilarating competition at that point. I was homeschooled by my mothers, one a teacher and one a prolific baker. They taught me everything I know about baking. I also cherished the enjoyment people felt when tasting my baked goods. Eventually, I too buckled up for the task at hand. Wow, you two truly are incredible. Echo, you're an incredible person too. Don't let labels deter you from speaking to us as anything but your peers. Huh? I don't know about all that. Yeah, Echo, don't think about too much about the title stuff. We're still people, you know. Don't think too much about the title stuff. Such remarkable feats would be difficult to put aside. They were so humble when talking about their ultimate talents. I wondered if I could ever measure up. After wandering around the climbing center, we set off to visit the spa lounge. I mean, it's a valid fear to have. But like, you know, you don't have to be like the best at something to be like, you know, valid and cool, you know? Ooh, I love that. So aesthetic. Whoa. I want to stay here. I mean, under different circumstances, but I want to stay here. The spa lounge was serene and welcoming. A shallow pool was laid into the marble floor. A mesmerizing opalescent ceiling mirrored the pool above it. Oh. Several simple relaxation loungers lined the wall for general leisure. Off to the side was the storeroom, stocked with a perfumey inventory of scented oils, bath soaks, and skincare products. Just by the storage room doorway sat a familiar kiosk. I'd love to spend some time here. Pandora sat in one of the lounge chairs, stretching her arms above her head before relaxing her hands on her lap. But now that I think about it, are facilities like this meant to be self-run by the residing students? Pandora brought up an interesting observation. The kitchen fully offered automated meals, but they still provided the option of having the students utilize the kitchen and tools. Looking into the storeroom, I saw a separate hallway of individual private rooms, but for certain services. Facial, massage, aromatherapy. Hey, you might be right. There are all sorts of little specialized rooms with all sorts of specific equipment. If you consider my talent in arts, there might be a racetrack or golf course outside, along with other outdoor recreation talents like angling or skiing. Perhaps that would be a very exciting prospect. Does that mean all other facilities and activities have features that are tuned accordingly to certain talents? Yeah, just from a glance, I figured the study was to the library, but I suppose there are resources there as well that are fitted for talents that require research or writing. To think such an extraordinary place existed to benefit the many pursuits of equally extraordinary people. So, do either of you do anything special to train for being an ultimate student? Although some could say I bake too much, I simply suspect my pastries have ended up in the right hands for me to be considered. I don't really do anything special either. I also race quite a bit, but most of my time is spent plainly practicing. Like Pandora, there may have been a scout in the audience, I honestly couldn't say. I see. Just putting in the hours, so to speak. Perhaps you were lucky enough to have been selected for this opportunity to meet others cut of the same cloth, right? I couldn't agree more. I'm very charmed to be in such delightful company. Neither of them seem to do anything particularly intensive to earn their title. I wonder about the others, whether or not they were trained, or if they too were just lucky enough to be selected. Is that like the ultimate lucky student? I don't know, but like they probably would have known that or mentioned it. I don't know. What is going on with you, Echo, you sassy little baka? Wandering about to our last location, we finally came across the jazz club. It was a welcoming venue. Warm furniture and lighting gave the room an air of casual elegance. Table settings for the audience occupied a majority of the space, with a small stage in the corner for the performers. The close proximity between the two made the scene that much more intimate. A small green room was behind the stage curtains, and connected to it was the equipment and instrument storage. The bar opposite the stage had shelves upon shelves of beverages locked behind a sturdy glass case. A pretty classy atmosphere, huh? I wonder how many ultimate talents have toured this room for performances. Many, I'm sure. It's well kept among the rest of the room, so it'd be no surprise when we feel comfortable here. Then, a thought crossed my mind. Do you think I could be some kind of ultimate jazz performer? Or ultimate bartender? Have you have you ever handled an instrument before or mixed beverages? Are you really cut out for this? I was just joking, guys. You have to bully me. No, but who knows? Maybe if I pick something up, I'll suddenly be shrieking with an ultimate talent revelation and play like a pro. Sarah said maybe it's an innate trait waiting to be discovered. It just occurred to me that perhaps these rooms aren't just for students with existing talents, but they could also be a sandbox for budding talents. I suppose there's no harm in trying. And then they go up to the bars and they get the drinks and then they just spill it all on the floor. Why not? I'd like to see the moment a talent's been realized. Relieved that they supported my odd idea, I felt a strange confidence rising. Cheerfully went behind the stage and picked an instrument I thought would suit me. Ashley and Pandora both took a seat in the front row and watched in anticipation. I felt like a kid going through a toy box with how many options there were. How about this cello? Go for it! Go for it! Connect 4! Pandora gleefully cheered me on as I gripped the bow and placed my fingers on the strings across the neck. I laid the bow across the strings. I was nervous, but if what Cyrus said was true, if my talent was waiting to be discovered, I couldn't wait to realize it. I took a deep breath and drew the bow. And then it sounded like shit. Squeak! Love how Ashley's just like, sorry, Echo, you good there, babe? I'm fine, perfectly A-okay. The sound I created tore through the air like a giant rubber duck was being unceremoniously stepped on. It was awful. I saw Ashley and Pandora flinch from the sound, but they still put on a brief face to my thing. You're doing great, Echo. You're doing great, sweetie. I chuckled nervously and gently placed the instrument back where it originally was. God damn it. I guess that's not it, huh? I waddled off the stage and plopped down wearily at the table with Ashley and Pandora. I was beyond embarrassed. It just leaked so much anticipation, just like, don't despair. You just haven't found it yet. Don't despair, except you. You haven't found. You don't have a talent, you useless piece of shit. Yeah, Echo. Not just anyone can handle an instrument. I mean, that thing is supposed to be played like a giant guitar. I'm surprised you even knew how to approach holding it. I've seen performers before, so I just imitated what I saw. Oh, that makes sense. Pandora held my hand in firm grasp. Listen, we're going to find what your talent is. If we have to play 100 instruments poorly, at least we'll know we're one step closer to reaching our goal. Pandora reassured me, and Ashley gave me a warm smile. Thanks, you two. Come, let's keep exploring. Let's get it going. Let's find another instrument to fuck up. We left the jazz club. Outside the room, we ran to an unperturbed Cyrus and Lyle in the hallway at the foot of the entryway. Hello there, having a fulfilling time exploring? Yeah, totally. So fulfilling. Hey there. Well, that's fulfilling now that you're here. I can still feel a little exasperated for the cello mishap, but tried to play it off as best I could, didn't just fuck up a cello. What's up with you? Don't tell me you're already tired. There's still a lot to explore. Lyle, please. It isn't a race to make ourselves familiar with all the different rooms. No, we were actually just about done over here anyway. It was just my luck that the room appeared to be soundproof. Based on their lack of adverse reaction, it seemed neither Cyrus nor Lyle heard the disastrous sound of a cello being poorly abused. Then, the sound of ringing in a voice rang through the speakers. Your attention, please. All students assemble in the second floor atrium for a special welcome ceremony. I wonder if they're gonna have the Monokuma mascot, if they're gonna have someone else. The five of us collectively made our way to the requested location, chatting about our discoveries along the way. So what happened is, I got a cello, and I fucking rule. I just like started like playing just the most sick-ass tune ever, and it was great. I think I'm actually the ultimate cello player. Hello? The end of the second floor hall fed directly into a spacious, airy locale. Ooh, this is pretty. Natural light poured from the high ceiling glass. Ooh, we do have a window. Is this a window? Is this the real world out there? The lush trees framed the circular library reached toward the sky, well past the ring of decorative plants that occupied the second floor. Small shrubbery lined the base of the trees in a circular fashion, following and framing the eclipsed shape of the room. A well-maintained living wall lined the first floor's foundation. A broad globe at the very center of the atrium drew the room together. Light and warmth flooded my body, filling me with serenity. Whoa! A familiar, excitable voice cut through the air, disturbing that serenity. God damn it, Art! Check this place out! Dang, would it be awesome if they had a mini-golf set up in here? How cute would that be? Oh my god. Plenty cute. I love you, Miss. It's just gorgeous than I remembered. Yeah, sure, whatever. Art and Missy entered the atrium from the foyer stairway entrance. I was surprised to see Missy still hanging with Art, along with the timid Sage trailing behind them, no less. Slowly, our populace gathered in the center of the atrium hall. Kanyon and Forte leisurely made their way in much later than the rest of us, but arrived regardless. I saw all the students I had previously met, but afterwards, no one else came. Huh. Yeah, it's only these bitches. Here's my thoughts on, like, everyone so far. So, well, not everyone, just, like, anything of note. So, I think Art gets victim vibes. I feel like there are too many people that get victim vibes here. Forte, I feel like you think he's a killer, but I feel like he's actually I feel like he's actually like a victim. I don't know. Just a vibe. Just a vibe, you know? I don't know. And then Lyle and Missy give survivor vibes. Yeah, this isn't Missy. My Missy guess isn't biased at all. What are you talking about? Shut up. I don't know what Cyrus would be. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I want to say he'd be a killer, but like he's too cute to kill somebody. He's too pretty and amazing to do that. What are you talking about? Yeah. I like Ashley. I don't know. I think no. I don't. I think I want to get to know Forte better. Like, I feel like I don't know. I'm a little, like, on him right now. Like, he seems cool, but, like, I feel like I need to get to know him better, you know? And Pandora, you know, she's a queen, she's an icon. And, yeah. Yeah, I think those are, and, you know, Art, iconic, you know. He's pretty cool, you know? But I feel like he's definitely gonna die. I feel like he's a victim, but like I feel like I say like everyone's a victim. Maybe like an accidental killer, like maybe like a or like self-defense. I don't know. I feel like it'd be kind of obvious if it was him. Like, I don't know. He was like the type where it'd be easy to tell. I don't know. I just yeah. I don't know. Those are my thoughts so far. And Echo, you know, I don't really know what they're gonna do, you know? I mean, they're the protagonists, but, you know, you can't trust the protagonists. I saw the students I've met previously, but afterwards, no one else came. Kind of a tiny class, huh? And it's usually like 16 in this bitch, you know? Ooh, we're getting the full panoramic! Oh my god! Woo! There were 10 of us, including myself. Art whispered the same observation I made. It was true that our class was rather small, but were we really going to do any learning here? Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Say's like thigh highs. That's cool. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really know what to think of Say right now. Seem cool. Kanon, you know, she's kind of a boss bitch. You know, she's a sassy little woman. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really have I don't know. I mean, those are my first impressions, but you know, I think another one I'd like to get to know more, apart from Forte. I conceded calling a group of students a class was only appropriate. A hologram visual was presented from the centerpiece globe. A familiar voice came in from the overhead speakers. It was the same announcer from earlier in the dining hall. This is a special announcement indicating the welcome of all present students. The Preservation Project Group would like to humbly welcome you all to your provided safe house. As you are all well aware, the safe house has been sequestered off from the growing concerns of disaster. You need not worry any longer of those concerns here. Disaster? I peered across the room to see expressions of affirmation. Everyone seemed to have relating concerns. I knit my brow. As ultimate students, we have provided you with the best amenities and environments to most efficiently cultivate your skills and talents in utter safety. You may utilize the facilities to the fullest extent during the requisite hours. However, do not simply think of this as a safe house. This location is more than equipped for you to thoroughly indulge yourselves with exquisite experiences. You are invited to enjoy yourselves freely. Welcome all to the Apothecum. Awesome! Art audibly punched his fists in the air. Although no one else displayed such a loud presentation of excitement, the students were visibly talking amongst themselves at the prospect of such a blessing regardless. The projection cut out as the announcement concluded. The students began to wonder again, likely to try out what the climbing center and spa lounge had to offer. Everyone seemed to be breaking into their own group while I stood still. I was excited, but a feeling of uncertainty stirred in the depths of my mind, suffocating my enthusiasm. Did I really belong here? Yeah, what's up with Echo, man? They're like... No, they don't have an ultimate talent, or at least they don't remember it, but like... It's very strange. But they're friends with an ultimate student here, so... What's going on? As far as I knew, I wasn't an ultimate student. No intense talents, no masterful skills, not even interesting experiences. It's hard to feel sick with anxiety. Hey, Echo! I'm going to the spa with Pandora. Would you like to join us? Ashley's voice brought me out of my thoughts. No thanks. You two go on ahead. I'm actually feeling a little tired from all the running around. I think I'll just take a nap. Ashley looked at me with silent, understanding eyes. Alright then. If you change your mind, you know where to find us. She gave me another quick hug before parting off with Pandora. Ash, why didn't you tell me about your talent? I muttered under my breath before sulking off. I trudged down the stairs back to the first floor foyer. There, I saw Canon in almost the same position she was when I first met her. She didn't tell me if she had an ultimate title when we introduced ourselves earlier. Perhaps she doesn't have one either? I thought about approaching her to ask, but my throat felt dry. I didn't feel like being disappointed in the case she did have an ultimate talent. I turned the corner before Canon could notice me when... Click! I heard the sound of a shutter clicking. Turning at the sound, I saw Canon developing a photo from an instant camera. Huh? How do you have a camera? What do you mean, how? I thought we were disallowed our personal possessions. I didn't have anything in my room, and when I asked Ash, she said she didn't have anything in her room either. Huh? I'm a photographer. I need my tools, don't I? Oh, she's the ultimate photographer. So, are you the ultimate photographer? Canon didn't reply. She just bowed her head once in a slight nod. Okay. That's cool. You and Mahiro share a talent. And that picture you just took. She reluctantly handed me the developed photo. Her photo captured the moment I began to turn down the hall to avoid speaking to her. I thought she had noticed me. I caught you in 4K, bitch. You didn't try to talk to me? I know what you're thinking. It's a horrible picture of you. I think so too. I know it is, because it's not a picture of you, per se. What? Confused, I stared at the photo longer. I'm not a portrait photographer. I specialize in composition form called Rückenfigur, which translates literally to back figure in German. I didn't expect you to understand. I listlessly hand the photo back to her. That's interesting. Canon silently took the photo and stuck it in her pocket before occupying herself with her camera once more. But I admit I didn't make an attempt to sound enthused. In truth, I wasn't. Canon did have an ultimate talent after all. If that was the case, what was I doing here? My heart and my mind were racing. Am I just an anomaly? Was this all a mistake? Did I accidentally take the spot that an actual ultimate student was meant to take? No. Way! My voice croaked in desperation. This lavish mansion was meant to protect ultimate students, and those students and their wide-reaching influential skills. Those students who were dexterous masters of their craft. Those whose charismatic aura reassured my averageness. Those students who created nostalgia-inducing delights. Those students who won races upon races with pure skill. A repulsion rose in my stomach. I felt my breath shorten, my chest tighten. Suddenly, I felt weak. What's wrong with you? You're shaking! I barely heard Canon. I left for the front door. I need to evacuate myself from the overbearing presence of the people who had accomplished your impossible feats at such a young age. I was just an insignificant bug who wandered in a lion's den. I can't compete. I don't belong here! I grasped the door handle so tightly I saw my knuckles turn white. But soon... Ooh! Ah! I only saw black. I rarely opened my eyes. I was in bed, back in my personal room. Is it a different painting? I feel like it is. Or was I not paying attention? Or so I thought. Oh. That's the thing is like, isn't that a different painting? Forte! Why'd you bring him in your room? You interested in me? What did you do to me, you little sick freak? Forte was reclining in a love seat at the corner of his room, combing over what looked like streets of music. I was in Forte's room. Ew. Hot. I like a man who makes decisions like that. I like a man who's forward. Oh man, here we go again. Oh my. We're really getting to know each other, aren't we? I mean, I said I wanted to get to know you, but shit. You're awake. I am now. He set the leaflet down before approaching me with an offering of water. I graciously accepted the cup and gathered my thoughts. My right hand was tingling. After gaining my composure, I managed to croak out a question. Forte, what happened to me? Curious. That's what I'd like to know. Huh? What do you mean? Well, after the welcome announcement, I expected the jazz club, but was quickly uninterested in the venue. I went downstairs to retreat to my personal quarters for the afternoon, but was promptly stopped at the foot of the stairs by Canon. She said you collapsed at the foot of the foyer's front doors. Canon told me to keep an eye on you and quickly left. I scoffed. How considerate of her to have someone else take care of me. But why you collapsed, she did not say. It came back to me. I wasn't behaving clearly. Yeah, I remember now. I was talking to Ken on the foyer, but I felt a need to escape and was electrocuted when I grabbed the foyer door handle. Electrocuted? Forte was appalled. I, on the other hand, felt nothing. I took another sip of water and closed my eyes. I felt wildly fatigued. Forte looked at me with concerned silence for a minute. Echo, it might not be my place to say, but you shouldn't feel a need to escape. We're all being generously treated with a safe location to relax in, away from danger. No, you don't understand. I don't have an ultimate talent like the rest of you. My head dropped in shame, regret, humiliation. I don't have any skills or talent to offer the world. He fell silent again. Be that as it may, you are still a peer who shouldn't feel outcast from the rest of the group. You must be with us for a reason. I gazed into the water cup blankly. Come, the rest of the group is in the dining hall. I believe they're just starting dinner. Forte placed a firm hand on my shoulder before offering his hand to help me out of the bed. I complied quietly. Aww. That was a cute moment between them. You know, he's not as stuck up as I thought he was. He's not as much of a bitch as I initially thought. Okay. You know, I'm liking him. You know, I'm warming up to him. The dining hall was fully occupied by our small class. Hey, there you are! Art waved at me from the end of the table as I entered the dining hall, causing everyone's head to turn. Ashley and Pandora quickly ran to my side. What happened to you? Are you okay? Folks, please, allow I could have a seat before bombarding any questions. The rest of the class followed their dinner as Forte helped me to an open seat by Ashley. Aww, Forte. Such a good friend. Maybe more. Aww. Okay. Forte's a good lad. She's a good lad. Canon wasn't at the table, rather she was standing next to the entryway. She must have noticed me looking at her and turned away once more. Before I could confront her about what happened in the foyer, Missy placed a pork cutlet meal before me. Aww, you got me food? That's so sweet, Missy. Ashley wouldn't stop fretting and concerns your well-being, so I took the liberty of getting a meal ready for you whenever you decide to come down. This is just what I needed. How did you know? Oh my god, I love you. I didn't. Perhaps I was just lucky. Missy shrugged indifferently, but I saw her mouth turn a small grin. She seemed satisfied with having pleased me. I love her. Wife. I gave her a small smile back and helped myself to a small portion to regain my energy. Our little community had dinner together. Conversation lightly touched on everyone's mutual awareness of the preservation project. It was a project in which ultimate students who signed up would be placed in protective custody to preserve their skills to benefit the future. Similar stories of talent discovery arose. Certain students grew up in an environment where all they knew was that particular skill, yet they still rose to super excel beyond wildest expectations. I, of course, had no place in the dialogue. I paid no specific attention to the chatter, my mind going blank while white noise whenever this topic of ultimate talents came up. As we all finished our meals, Missy and Cyrus offered to pick up the dishes because, they're my partners, the loves of my life, as everyone restlessly waited to hear what had happened to me. Echo, you have no idea how worried I was! Ashley was holding my hand tightly. Ash, if you're feeling up to it, would you mind talking about what happened? I glanced over at Canon next to the entryway. Her face was an iron mask. Well, I was feeling tired from running around the mansion exploring, so after the welcome announcement in the second floor atrium, I decided to go back to my personal room for a nap. Going down to the foyer, I was curious about the front door. I wanted to go outside, so naturally I grabbed the door handle, but was electrocuted by it. Forte found me collapsed and carried me back to the room to rest. You were electrocuted by the door handle? Perhaps we should investigate. What? And get electrocuted ourselves? Of course not. I simply want to inspect the door handle for any suspicious mechanisms. I think we should also check the floor mats again to see if there are any other similarly rigged exits. And what would this accomplish? It would ensure our safety so that nothing like this happens again. But our safety as ultimate students in the Preservation Project Safe House has already been compromised by the existence of such a trap. Ooh. Still angry. Rawr. The group fell silent. Cyrus was right. It seemed as if we had already fallen into some kind of trap the moment we woke. So we're just gonna do nothing? Canon's indifferent voice broke the silence. Canon's right. We shouldn't sit idly by after our friend Echo was put in danger. We have to investigate, if not as an insurance measure, but to get to the bottom of the trap that caused such harm. The group agreed and went their separate ways to search for clues. But before anyone could get very far, an announcement rang in. Ding dong! It is now 9 p.m. Nighttime will begin at 10 p.m. Facilities will be closed until 7 a.m. the next morning. Even the darkest night will end, and the sun will rise. It seems we'll have to suspend the investigation until tomorrow. There's no use in wandering about aimlessly in the dark. I suggest you all rest up. I realize the situation is dire, but please do your best to save your energy for tomorrow. Sounds like a plan. We shall meet here tomorrow morning for breakfast and discussion. Yeesh, some first day, huh? Damn, I want to get girls and boys and whoever. Yeah, I want to get bitches today. God. One by one, everyone filtered out of the dining hall, while concerned murmurs filling the corridors. What's this book? There's a book here. Read the book. Read the book, Echo! Ashley stopped me back in the dining hall as the last few left. Look, Echo, I'm sorry if you felt hurt that I didn't tell you about my talent. Huh? How did you know? I'm your best friend, aren't I? I can tell when you're distraught. It was after that special welcome announcement I noticed you were off. It must have been difficult, feeling like you don't belong. I admit, it's awfully overwhelming, but it's fine. I just had like a mental breakdown. It's cool. I'm over it. I never meant to keep it from you. It's just, I feel like being involved with me could only ever cause trouble. Not the horse racing aspect, but the ultimate student status aspect. To get tied up with such intense people could only amount to ultimate levels of trouble. Ash, I'm your friend through and through. I'm your ride or die bestie. I don't think being friends with Ashley Westridge, horse girl, is any trouble at all. Ashley giggles. I love you, Echo. You really are a good friend. Of course. Love you too. Aw, love their friendship. We made our way back to the living quarters hall and said our goodnights. Before entering my room, I saw Arch and Lyle lingering in the halls. Hey, you two, is something wrong? Nope, in fact, we're having a strategy meeting. Oh, you are? You don't seem very bright, my guy, no offense. Strategy meeting? Art asked me if perhaps our being locked in the mansion situation is a big puzzle. Think about it, escape rooms exist, maybe the mansion is just one giant escape room. I admit it's not impossible, and it does sound interesting. Right? I feel like I'm not giving Lyle the right voice, but whatever. He should get like some sort of nerdier voice, but I don't know. I don't know, whatever. So, what do you think? I'm not sure yet. I have a feeling it's some convoluted ARG scheme. What's that stand for? Augmented reality game? ARG? Alternate reality game is a type of game that is interacted with through different media experiences, whether it be online or in real life. Tasks range from decrypting audio logs on a website to doing something odd like cleaning up local cemeteries. I see. Giving those examples, it's possible that defuse and electrocuting door could be added to the list of tasks, right? Well, they're typically employed to the public to boost attention for a product. What the product is in our scenario, I'm not certain. And if this is an ARG, there must be a puppet master that's setting these things up, much like an escape room's game master. An escape room and ARG sound pretty similar in terms of involvement in puzzle solving. I suppose they're not entirely different entities. Wow, you got it all figured out already! Puzzles are my strong suit. I said goodbye and left Art and Laz to conclude their strategy meeting as I returned to my personal room. Aww. You're all getting along and someone's gonna die. Damn. I felt the mental and physical exhaustion hit me all at once as I let myself collapse into the bed. To think I'd be stuck in a luxury mansion with super talented students. My life before this moment had hardly been as eventful as a single day. I live a rather average life with as little trouble one could hope for. It was almost utopian in a sense. I never thought it boring or repetitive. It was like my Monday life caused me to be a little less worrisome than any other person, likely as a will to keep everything the same going forward. However, the strange situation threw me into a state of disarray. I was wholly out of my element. Above all, I couldn't help but feel guilty for making Ashley worry. Whatever it is I found myself in, I clearly didn't have a place. I sighed heavily. I should get some proper rest. The room was mysteriously fixed with a few sets of my clothing in the closet of the personal bathroom. I let my body relax under the repetitious rhythm of a warm shower. Crawling under the weighty covers, I turned on the lights and let my eyes slowly drift closed. Tomorrow, what were we going to discover? The moon? Oh my god, guys, we found the moon! What's in the middle? Ooh. It's pretty. What's in the middle? Is this still the prologue? Christ, babe. Hold on. That's still the freaking prologue. Christ. I think I can record for a few more minutes. Come on. Where's the mascot? Where's the killing? Come on, babe. It's been 2 hours. I opened my eyes to sound the alarm. In my personal room, I sat up from bed and took in the surroundings. So, the events of yesterday weren't part of some strange dream. My personal room that I initially thought was luxurious and comfortable now felt oppressive. It wasn't mine, It couldn't be, since the mansion we found ourselves in was for ultimate students. I was reminded of my mediocrity and let my head fall back on the pillow. I don't want to see everyone. I grumbled and drew the covers over my head, uselessly trying to will away the shame of yesterday. Knock knockity, bitch. I heard Ashley's muffled voice through the door. Good morning, Echo. Just coming to check on you. Oh, just give me a minute. I'll be right out. Totally. After getting properly dressed, I met Ashley outside my door in the living quarters hallway. Good morning, Ash. We walked casually down the hall to the foyer. You sleep all right last night? Yep, slept like a fucking baby. I slept alright, considering. I hope you're not feeling too down about this whole situation. I'm still coming to terms with it, but I'm feeling a little bit better after getting rest. And besides, everyone here has been really nice. That's good to hear. You've always been getting bouncing back. Aw. What's this? Oh, it's probably like the... Oh, okay. In the foyer, we were met with two other students loitering outside the dining hall. Sorry, I'm not a morning person. Neither am I, but I'm really curious about the door. The door seems scary. It's evil. Get my Bible. Good morning, Say. Lyle. Good morning. Let's investigate to our best abilities, yeah? You seem better, Echo. Nothing a good night's rest can't take care of. If you can't face a problem, you just gotta sleep through them. True that. Yeah, morning. It's weird. I'm having dinner right about now, but I'm waking up instead. Hello, fellow nocturnal babe. Huh? What do you mean? One of my watches is set to my hometown time, and it says 7:43 p.m. Sunday, 6th of December. Ooh. 1 year watches? Girl, how many watches do you got? 7:43 p.m.? That's 12-hour difference from now. Oh, the day checks out. I was just thinking that the winter solstice will be coming up in about 2 weeks or so. Assuming we're somewhere westward from today's date, today would be Saturday. I guess we're all from different places. The time for certain people would be a little different. Even so, all our alarms were set to the same current time, so we'd eventually end up on a uniform schedule, right? Yeah, like recovering from jet lag. A bit unfortunate for those with larger time differences, though. Winter. It's too cold, but New Year's is fun. Aww. That's cute. I feel like I want to know more about her, too. In the dining room hall, the familiar warm aroma of fresh bread wafted through the room, my senses swathed in comfort. Ooh. Oh my god, Pandora! Pandora placed a basket filled to the brim with freshly baked delicacies at the center of the dining table. Good morning, you two! You've been working hard, huh? Of course! I had to get an early start if I wanted to indulge you all with some treats to begin the morning! I felt the sweet and savory fragrances sweep into my body, the warmth of a sun-kissed, dewdrop-covered morning. The smell alone was sublime. Damn, girl! Such a lovely setting! Yeah, I'd almost be ashamed to eat it. Almost. We wouldn't be doing Pandora justice if we didn't enjoy it. You're too kind. Help yourself! That's alright. We'll wait for the others. I sat at the dining table with Ashley and waited patiently for the rest of the class to arrive. The rest of the class filtered in, and we began to help ourselves to Pandora's treats, as well as beverages provided by the automated menu. As we settled in, Missy stood at the head of the dining table to begin the discussion. Oh my gosh, she's taking the lead. She's taking charge. I love her. Good morning, all. I trust you all have had a good night's rest. I have. I dreamt of you all night long. Well, maybe some Cyrus, but you know, I can have the best of both worlds, you know? Damn, I'm gonna have like so many people on my simping roster by the end of this game. Our topic this morning will consist primarily of the problematic nature of the foyer's front doors. We'll also be investigating the rest of the mansion for any access that might have a similar mechanism keeping us from going outside. You may split into groups or investigate as individuals, but if you find anything at all, please utilize the digital kiosk found in the room you're in to relay a message. Relay a message? The digital kiosk can do that? Yes, I discovered it with Cyrus when we were retired to our rooms last night. Oh my god, my favorite people are bonding. It's so great. As it turns out, the digital screens are not just for displaying maps with a specified function. It provides its resident's home. It functions as a remote messaging system between all digital kiosks in the mansion. For example, it can be used to communicate between the first floor to the second floor, and we can be used to further floors as we can gain access to them. It's a rather rudimentary feature, though. One would scan their bracelet on all screens across the mansion to unlock the feature, and type using on this on-screen keyboard. You cannot send to specific recipients, however. Once you complete and send the message, it will show up on the screen for about 2 minutes before deleting itself. That's a really weird system. Only for 2 minutes, and you have to like scanned your bracelet on all the things. For the most part, the messaging system used to translate the voice announcement to text for those who are hard of hearing. Oh. This mansion truly is all-encompassing in its endeavors to accommodate all. And that is precisely why we must investigate the reason the mansion itself would cause its residents harm. Ooh, scary face. The group unanimously agreed. The meeting concluded as we finished breakfast. Everyone decided to split up and search one room themselves. Oh man, I don't want to stop, but it's gonna be so much trouble later if I just don't stop now. I have to know. Okay, guys, I think that's gonna be it for today. It's also short. It's also short. Damn it. Time flies when you're having fun. God damn it. But I think that's gonna be it for now, guys. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye!